Almost 80% of the iPhones that were bought in India are bought on EMIs. Mine is too. No judgment over there. But look at the pattern. It starts small, it's just a phone, then it's a TV, then you need to upgrade your laptop, then you need to upgrade your fridge, then you suddenly think, why am I paying rent? I should buy a house. Like everybody is buying a house. Hi, my name is Gauri, and this is not your regular Mahila Diaries, where I talk to people who are real life heroes, or I talk to people who are just like me, just like you, and understand the reality of life. EMIs just don't take money. You are under this whole swinging sword which might fall at any point of time called EMIs. And EMIs just don't take money. They kind of take your mental space. I mean, what's the point of buying a 3 crore apartment with 35 amenities and a monthly EMI of 3 lakh rupees when you're so stressed and you don't have the time or the energy to use even one of those amenities? I mean, sure, the gym looks great online. The pool looks amazing in the brochure. The clubhouse is aesthetic as fuck. But you are stuck in traffic. You are stuck on calls. You are stuck thinking about how will you make the next payment. And this is where I wanted a millennial's real voice in this conversation. So I asked Atul's sister or Chechi something very simple. This is Sheetu Chechi, Atul's cousin sister, and she's a millennial. And yeah, I have some questions. Since I'm early Gen Z, I think the first generation of first set of Gen Zs that were there in this world. So I think the thinking process between how millennials think versus how Gen Z thinks about things is completely different.
Yes.
So I just had a few questions that I wanted some insight on from a real millennial. Cool. So question number 1. Society has kind of taught you guys to, get married, go have children, buy a house, buy a car. Then, that I think is kind of putting everybody up in a very big EMI cycle. Because of which, even though, no offense, but all millennials are extremely tired of doing
whatever they're doing.
Yeah, whatever they're doing, because their previous generation kind of taught them this is how you're supposed to lead life. But life in the past 5 years has zoomed so quickly that it's quicker than the last 20 years, right? So my question is, how do you deal? Because this is the cycle. If you are told ki, these are your achievement steps, this get married, buy a house, buy a car, have kids, and then it's a whole cycle that you go back because you're working because you have to pay EMI, but not working for living a life other than work. So how do you feel about that?
I think for us it is more about, for me, it's more about proving it. Okay, proving that whatever was taught to me is what I'm trying to do, achieve. And when compared to today's generation, I feel for them, if they don't do certain things, they have an option. But for us, for me, it is more like, if I don't do certain things, I have failed. I failed to do things that were taught to me. That's one thing I feel is different from the generation now. For them, everything is quick. They need quick money. They will not settle for less.
Yeah.
For us, we'll be like, okay, we'll go through this. We will again climb the ladder. We have the patience. I think the younger generation has no patience at all.
Okay, cool. My next question is, how does it feel to be a millennial mom for Gen Alpha kids?
One thing I've noticed with my kids is they kind of give me positivity.
Right.
So they know, I don't know how they've heard or seen life better, but the kind of things my kids tell me at the age of 6 and 9 are things I have been like, kind of like, wow, how did they even get to know things? So when I had to attend an interview, okay, I was stressed and I was like, just talking to Ayan, I asked him, Ayan, I have no clue how to go, and he asked me, why are you so tensed? I said, I don't know, I have to attend an interview, so a lot of people are there, I have to prepare, so I'm tensed. He just told me one thing, Mama, there'll be a lot of obstacles in life. You have to face them. You take it as a challenge, face it. It's okay. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you're still my mama. And I'm like, wow.
That is true. I mean, kids nowadays are they're way smarter than I think what I would have been as a child, or what people around me would have been as a child. Fun. Cool. Thank you, Sheetu Chechi,
you.
for very good insights. Listening to that actually kind of clicked a lot of things in my head, because Gen Alpha kids are not just growing up fast, they are growing up aware. And they ask questions very early. They notice stress. They understand like tone, the silence, the tension, the exhaustion. And really, they might not know what an EMI is, but they definitely know that their parents are exhausted. So I think from this conversation, this thing for sure stayed with me. And as Gen Z, we are often called commitment phobic, overthinking, avoiding real life. But honestly, a lot of us are just watching what burnout looks like and saying, I don't want to sign up for this like blindly. No, not because we are irresponsible, just because we know and are aware of our responsibility and our capacity. And I think being aware is very important. That answer honestly summed up everything. Millennials are not failing. No, they are carrying too much. They are trying to heal their own childhood. They are trying to stay financially afloat. They are definitely trying to be present parents and still keep up with a system that never slows down. And I genuinely respect people who choose parenting consciously, who talk about how hard it is to be a parent and don't romanticize, the entire struggle. Like, I really, really appreciate such people, because that thing honestly helps everyone. Honestly. And whether you are a Gen Z watching this, a millennial going through it, or a parent just trying to raise Gen Alpha kids, these are the conversations that need to be had out loud, not silently. I have said whatever I felt. And I know not everybody has the time to sit and make a video about all of these things, but the comment section is definitely open. Tell me what you think about it, where you stand in all of this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!